Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Let me see something real quick. There we go. Let's do that. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I am sitting up here, call myself doing some YouTube work and doing what I normally do on my Sundays. Jennifer, welcome in. Thank you. Let me see if I have that song. Yep, there we go. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, my daughter. Thanks. Wow, that was quick. I just decided to pop up live and yeah, popped in there. Appreciate you stopping by. I didn't have anything to talk about. I'm up here contemplating, you know. The fam, Ron, welcome in. Happy Father's Day. Bud Files, happy Father's Day to you guys also. Keisha, happy 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 day of dads. Well, why do you gotta confuse me early in the morning, Keisha? Well, it's not early in the morning. Thank you, Keisha. Appreciate it. Um, I'm up here, and this is what I'm go through it almost every day, trying to decide on different things. And as far as going live and using StreamYard is, I don't know, 40 some odd dollars a month. I literally go live like unless I'm on a cruise. I literally go live maybe 8 hours. So I'm paying $40 for 8 hours. So and I'm looking at different things, trying to figure out how I can cut my costs down. And there's a few things that I'm doing, working on cutting costs down. One, for those of you that don't know, a little while ago, I got a new Mac. I had a Windows-based laptop, having a little problem with it. I think the specs weren't as good as they should have been. So anyway, bought a new Mac. Love it actually. In the ecosystem, the Mac with the iPhone and all that, I love that. I love it all. Being able to transfer files easily. VentureCast, welcome in. Happy Father's Day to you too, Mike. Appreciate you stopping by. So anyway, uh, I don't know what you guys use like when you go live and things like that. So I'm looking at well, I have a couple of issues. StreamYard is the price, but I also do a live with Scott, Controversial Cruising, and he uses StreamYard. So I got to try to figure out whether or not that if he's using Aiden, Ava, how's your Sunday going? Did you give your daddy a kiss and tell him Happy Father's Day? Uh, the family currently we're using the free version of StreamYard. I have been seeing a lot of restream. I've been seeing a lot of restream too. My only thing is uh, I get tired of the learning curve of all these new ones. But even if I just looked, I was just looking at I think it's called Ecamm, which was like I think built for Macs. And my problem is, hey, April Showers, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. How can I get this to work with Scott, who uses StreamYard? And that's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to, is there a way that I can save money? Is there a way that I can save money on that? Shay, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in on the Facebook side. I do, and I'm a creature of habit. And the way StreamYard is set up right now, I know what I have. I know what I'm looking for. If I need to mute my button or mute my mic, You know, if I need to stop the camera, no problem, I can stop it. So I know I'm a creature of habit, but is that convenience worth $40 a month? And when I say that, it's not just $40 a month. I use Epidemic Sound, which is like $18, $19 a month. I use uh what else, Canva, which is whatever it is. There's a lot of things, and maybe I should just look at different options. Some things I can't do without. I have a mm, I had YouTube Premium, so I didn't have to watch commercials. I said, you know what? I can save 19, $20 a month, by not getting that. I can watch a few, I can watch a few commercials. I can't. I can't. I went back. I broke down. I said, this is one of the things that I have to have. I cannot do the commercials in the middle of all the videos and things like that. Yes, Keisha. You're asking me if he has that. Yes. However, Scott, whoops, I highlight the wrong one. He has like 10,000 channels, and he has all his stuff lined up for um StreamYard. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to want to, like, well, Bill wants to save $10. I'm going to tear everything down and start over again. I mean, he might, knowing Scott, but no. I'm just thinking of ways to save money, and that's literally what I was doing up here right now. I'm over here. I'm looking at a video, and because I have a Mac, they have a free a free video editor called iMovie. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can present it to you. Share screen, window, boom, share. This is iMovie, which, as an editor, it's not not bad. I'm working on my latest one. This is going to be the ones coming out this week. This is about the crossing the equator, and they have a ceremony. This particular, the scene you're looking at right now is just they were teaching us origami. So anyway, it's you can edit a movie in it, like right here. Like let's take a look at this real quick. So I mean, it has transitions like
who developed the serious sickness due to radiation from the atomic bomb in Hiroshima. Why?
So you can see right there that it has transitions. And if I use Filmora, and when I say I'm a creature, hey, Will G, welcome in. Happy Father's Day, Will. Keisha. Yeah, I know, right? The YouTube Premium. I can't. I tried, Keisha. I tried. I really did. I tried to get rid of it. So anywho, so I'm editing the video, but when I had Filmora, of course, I paid for it. And the story behind my Filmora was I bought it like a whatever it is, whatever the yearly fee is. It's $60 or whatever the yearly fee was. I had bought it for my Windows-based computer. When I switched over to Mac, I'm thinking, oh, I just switched right over and play out the rest of the year, because I had 6 months or something to go on my contract or whatever it was, subscription. Nope. If you're going to Mac, you need to buy a new subscription for a Mac. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I really got upset. I probably got upset too fast, and I said, you know what? I'm not using it. Went to iMovie, trying to learn iMovie. Let's see. Will G says, thanks. Kimberly, welcome in. I'm headed out to have lunch with my daughter. Oh, and her husband. Nice. Enjoy your day, Mike. So anyway, I probably got upset. I said, well, you know what? Just cancel everything. Knowing that I wasn't going to use it, but they had it was so and I'm a guy, And I don't take lessons. Najuma Brown, welcome in. Thank you, Najuma, for being a member. And for those, all the fam, thank you for being a member. Appreciate it. Keisha, thank you for being a member and the best moderator out there. I appreciate you. I I was so used to Filmora that it made it a lot easier doing my whatever transitions I was doing, whatever zoom effects and cuts and all. And I knew it pretty well, and I was pretty happy with it. But they made me mad, so I said, nope, I'm not using it anymore. Told me iMovie. I used to go on with I am Betty J. Gathers, and Betty said, I mean, she always raved about the Macs, and I think she used iMovie, but she could have used something else too. But she always raved about it, and I can see why. I mean, it's free, it does the job, but certain things, when I start looking at my clips, certain things that I want to do, I can't do. Like something. Let me see, and maybe somebody in here could tell me how. I'm sharing this screen, and where am I at? Okay, I want to put a title. So let's say I want to put a title over this screen. So I bring a title down here. Okay. There's my title. I can't adjust the size of that title. So I can go back up here and look for like the right size, right? You know, I could probably, let me see. Why is that not? It's not even letting me. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna say it's not. How do I even adjust the title? So if I want to change it to class, I can, but I can't adjust the size. With Filmora, I was able to move it around and adjust it and all kind of things with it. I paid for it. Hey, Anthony on the Move, happy Father's Day to you too. Appreciate you coming in here. And I'm just fed up with everything that I want to do on iMovie, that basically I have to go back and look it up as far as how to do that. Let me take this off of here before I forget it and leave it in there. And when I put the video out, it'll be there. But I mean, it's easy, you know, with iMovie, it's easy to snap the clips into place. So I'm working on it, and that's what I was doing today, people. And I thought I'd bring you along on my ride. Let me stop sharing the screen. Even, you know, something as simple, and this is why I still have StreamYard. I mean, it's something as simple as stop sharing the screen. I know how to do that. And when I looked at these other ones, everything's a learning curve, which I guess is where it's supposed to be. But I'm just getting tired of constantly paying for you know, different things, and I'm trying to save a penny. And I have to find out about StreamYard. Oh, Ron, yeah, Ron, that was me and Restream. Me and Restream. I some of it I really liked. However, two problems: big learning curve, and is it compatible with? Whoops, celebration. Is it? Matter of fact, let me cut that off real quick. Reactions. Did I tell you I like this? I like the portrait mode. I can do that. Boop. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. background. Let's put Mount Fuji in there. Boop. Okay. Anyway, I like StreamYard because StreamYard and the Mac, this is so easy to do. OBS, that was the very first one I tried. This is going back a year or so, and OBS was I couldn't even go live. I mean, it was like, this is just too much. So yeah, the OBS, but I'm working on it, and my whole thing is I go live basically 8 hours a month. 8 hours. An hour with Scott, go a little bit over. An hour on my show, maybe go a little bit over. But basically 8 hours, let's say 9 hours a month. How much do I want to pay a month to do that? To get rid of the little logo up here. So that's what I'm working on now. And actually it's me giving myself a break from doing the editing. This next video, it's like, and I overthink everything, especially about videos. I overthink everything. My next video is like 20 minutes long, and I normally don't like that. To me, that's too long. Nobody's gonna watch 20 minutes. I shouldn't say nobody, but hey, Cruise Nuts, welcome in. Happy Father's Day. Appreciate you coming in. It's 20 minutes long, and do people, Keisha, I'm about to bring you up here, Keisha. Okay, you got something to say, you can say it to my face. So anywho, 20 minutes long. How much of a origami class do people want to hear? You know, how much of a whatever scene it is, how much is too much? Oh, that Kimberly last night, I didn't say anything. I was watching it. That was a crazy night last night. That after party or whatever, that whole thing, it just, that was a bit much. That was a bit much. So that's what I'm doing as far as like my videos and overthinking things, and that's why I shut down and I come over here and go live and talk to you guys for a little bit, because no, it didn't. It went on to 3. I turned it off. It was about 1:30. I'm like, oh, this can't still be live. I'm like, it is. Wow. Michelle B, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Thank you. Yeah, Brian, that's about the time I tapped out. I went back over there, saw it live. I went back over there. And one of the things that when you have a panel, a big panel, and people are talking over each other sometimes, but I mean, no, you guys, like, you had a great time. You had a great time last night. So anywho, people, that's my dilemma. Cruise Nut says, I say put out a video however long you want, Bill. The viewers will decide when they will stop watching, when they get bored, if they get bored. Q, cuz, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. Thank you for being a member. I understand that, but I know I know me, and very rarely am I watching a 25-minute video. There are a few people which I wish I could develop their style. Not that I'm trying to copy their style, but the videos that keep my attention are not the videos that just play a clip and let it play. The videos that keep my attention are the clips that explain what's going on, tell you about the history, and they're talking to you throughout. and I have not yet been able to develop that style. And I would like to one of these days, just talking to the camera. I just don't, just like my lives. I was who was it? Keisha, maybe it was you. I was talking to somebody the other day about, even as far as just like making standalone videos. A lot of times, if you're watching my channel now, what you see on my channel, Carmen for the win. Happy Father's Day. What up, though, Carmen? Appreciate you stopping in on the Facebook side. Q says you're not copying their style, you're influenced by it. Yes, and that's yes. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I love it. I mean, the channels that I watch, like from beginning to end, and I sit there and like watch, are the ones that give me information. Not necessarily the ones that I do like to see certain things. As far as like I'm gonna go with MSC with World America. I like MSC. Whoops. Well, let me see if I can cut this off. I like MSC. And hey, TJ, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping in. Cuz, welcome in, Mel. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope all is well. I see you on your Facebook page all the time. I don't talk a lot, so I just see everybody, but I appreciate you stopping in, Mel. I like to watch people. I'm kind of lost track of my place, but watch people that explain what's going on. Yes, I'm a lurker. I do a lot of lurking. When I'm watching like Match Game and it's Scott's channels, it's a little too wild for me. I turn on Match Game and all the guys have their shirts off. I'm not saying anything. What can I say? What can I say that hasn't already been said? So I let people have their fun because you don't want me up there. Get off my lawn. I'll be the old grouchy man. Get off my lawn. Put some clothes on. You don't want me in there. I can't wait till they go on that cruise in February of 2027, and they do a live version of the show. Well, let's see how wild and crazy they get then. But anywho, I do like informational videos and to explain to me what's going on, where they're going, and the prices and the food. And I want to get better at that. Instead of just like normally I would just walk around, show you where I'm at, maybe tell you where I'm at or something like that. But I don't go into like the menu and things like I want to get better at the informational. The Cruise World are the examples how I would like to make my videos, but I don't want to put in the time. They do. Cruise World, I've been on him a long time, and they know what they're doing, and they especially their ship tours. They really do a great job. Raquel, MH Family Adventure, Sig the Solo Cruiser. She puts out a fantastic video for solo cruising. I'm a solo cruiser, so it kind of hits home. And I'm like, yeah. But then it dawns on me that, hey, I could actually do something like that too. Something solo cruising, as you, get older, cruising when you're older. I always did. What up, though? What up, though? Anyway, I always in my head I think of it, but when it comes time to do it, I don't. And it's a lazy way of doing it. Speaking of my lazy way of doing it, there's a thing called Opus Clip. So if you're watching my channel and you see you see these clips of lives that I've done, either my show or with one with Scott, Controversial Cruising and Cruise Talk Live. You'll see little clips of our show on my a lot of it's short feed, but some of it might be regular videos. It might be a little longer than 3 minutes or whatever. So, but most of it is short feed. That's to put content out there. And Keisha gave me a great idea. Keisha has a lot of great ideas. I don't know why Keisha doesn't want to go live and come up and tell people her knowledge, because Keisha has a lot of knowledge. And she's wanted me to tie. Okay, right now I'm putting out videos from Japan, and she wanted me to tie my shorts or those clips to those lives that I did, like when I was in Japan, to these little short clips, so people come back and watch them and watch the videos coming out. My lives, they weren't, when I'm live in like Japan, they're not really informational. In other words, when it didn't work out well. When I got the clips, I didn't like the clips. I mean, it was what it was. But when I'm on my show on Banter with Bill, I have a topic. We're talking about a topic, so it's easier to break down those into clips that make sense. But I'm working on it. You know, I'm trying to make it where I take too many breaks. So I got to stop taking so many breaks. But I'm trying to make it where people recognize the name Warmstrong Adventures. They may not be familiar with everything, but they recognize the name. And you know, not you guys. You guys are my base. You know, so I really appreciate you guys. But I'm talking about people that are just clicking through, scrolling up. That's why I do TikTok. I try to do TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm going to try to start doing more Instagram. Instagram is a different beast. I probably should do, you know, one platform at a time and try to get monetized on something else besides YouTube, like maybe Instagram, TikTok. TikTok, I heard, was really like a live base. You know, they want you to go live more. So I mean, that might be the thing for me. I feel like I missed something here. I thought, oh, check out these guys. Very well impressed on their work. Exploration. Whenever I get off here, let me see if I can highlight that. I'm gonna see if I can highlight that, and that way I can go back and take a look at it. Cruise Nuts. So anyway, this is what I'm doing on my Sunday morning afternoon. I'm glad Together We Travel didn't come in here today, because his Washington D.C. football team beat my football team last night in the UFL championship game. They destroyed us, and it's already bad enough that his Washington Commanders beat my Lions last year in the playoffs. Now they want to come here and take this little bit of joy that I could have had. I don't want to talk to Will. Not now. It's too soon. Too soon. So let me take this off, hide that. So that's, people, that's what I'm, as I said, nothing important. I don't know. Ron. Yeah. Yeah. This was a good run. I mean, we had a good run. The Panthers had a good run. Okay, Cruise Nuts. Mike, if you want to, you can do that. I appreciate it. I'm always looking for new content, or new, like right now I'm starting a little bit. I'm starting a little bit to get into. I'm in August. I'm going to Greece, so I'm starting to watch a little bit about Greece. And you know who had a good video? And I'm saying it like I'm shocked, but I shouldn't be shocked. On the Go with YOLO, she was spending like 72 hours in Greece, and she broke down a lot of different tips as where to stay, where to eat, and things like that, which is kind of what I'm looking for. I always, my research, it doesn't go a long way a lot of times until the last minute. So looking at her stuff, MH Family Adventures. I know Lisa seems very excited about it, and you got Edna's World and Life with V. I guess they're going on a cruise, so it should be an interesting cruise. But I need to start doing my work. Because of YOLO, I started looking up excursions in Athens, Greece. So I'm gonna get there, a couple of days early. And Raquel, I mean, she MH Family Adventures. That's who I booked with. She gave a lot of information. I have not read it all, or I didn't go to the group meeting where she explained, certain, different places, suggestions of where to stay, things to do, tours, book early. Am I doing any of that? No. I am going to start. It's August. I mean, this is early for me. I have cruises booked. I don't even know where I'm going. Birthday cruise coming up. I'm going on MSC. I think it's out of Miami. I don't know. I just know when I start getting closer. And MSC 30 days prior to departure, you can go sign up. So that's what I'm going to do. So then I'll find out. And come find. Do you know you have to start paying cruises off? I think I still owe a couple of dollars on the Greece cruise, and then in November, I have a November cruise on MSC World America. However, I got an email yesterday from MSC that I qualify for a MSC World America casino offer. Now it went up in price. Before it was $400, $400, and they give it back your onboard credit. This one it went up to $500, and they give it back to you as onboard credit. But that's a free cruise. World America, I could save my $1,400, $1,500 that I'm paying for Thanksgiving, and get a free one. And so, man, maybe. Also, Poverty to Paradise. Is it Linnell? I think her name is Linnell. She has a lot of information as far as she's living on a cruise ship for a year and things like that. If you're following her story, she had a new video out talking about Holland America giving away free cruises. Now, I don't know of anybody who's giving away like just free cruises, but I'm interested. I mean, you got to write the right title for your videos. Vicky, welcome in. Oh, you're up, Vicky? I mean, you were up pretty late last night. Thank you for Happy Father's Day. You guys were hanging pretty late last night, Vicky. I was actually surprised to see you up that late. I'm like, this must be a replay. Vicky's not up this late. So the rest of my Sunday, I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do. Apparently, I don't. you too. Apparently, I don't want to do any more editing. I'm going to do editing. I'm going to do some editing. I think I'm going to go back to Filmora and buy a lease or buy a whatever subscription. a yearly subscription. So I'm gonna pay whatever it costs. Let me see. Let me see if I can find out what it costs. Well, let's see if I can figure it out. Get started for free. Psh, psh, psh. Hold on. Don't close that out. I just want to see pricing. Wait. Advanced AI credit? What is $79? Huh. It looks like it went up in price. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to take a look at it. Oh, I'm gonna take a look at it. It looked like it went up a little bit in price. Lee, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in, Lee. Happy Father's Day if it applies. I appreciate you being in here, Lee. You're still dragging. Filmora is my main video editor. Yeah, Cruise Nuts. I think I'm gonna have to go back to it. I think what made it also you'd understand Cruise Nuts. What also made it expensive for me was I tried to do like the monthly assets plugins, because with the asset plugins it made it you had more options of what you could do. So I may do that. I was happy when I had it. I didn't like the price, but sometimes you have to pay for it. It's almost like the equipment that you get. I don't want to say I get motion sickness, because it doesn't I don't get seasick. I don't get it's not vertical. I don't know what it is, but like if I'm watching something and it bounces around, like when you guys are out there walking with your phones and it's bouncing, I can't look at it for more than a couple of seconds. I can't even, there's video games I can't play. Like those first pointer shooter games, a lot of them I can't play for longer than 3 or 4 minutes because it makes me nauseous. Madden football, I can play that all day long. The basketball, I can play that all day long. A racing game, I can play that all day long. But some of those first point shooter games, it sounds like Q. It sounds like Trish. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in, Trish. Bill, I paid for a lifetime subscription with Filmora for like $89. All upgrades are free, but they do try to sell you extra. I'm going to take a look at that. I hear people keep saying that lifetime. I have yet to see that lifetime offer for me. I don't know if they still offer it or not. Sound like motion sickness. That's what I would say, the motion sickness, but I don't, nothing else. You know, if I'm in a car, if I'm on a ship or things like that, it doesn't bother me. But as soon as I start to play these games or watch these clips, it's like watch a Scott video and he's spinning around and I have to turn it, I have to just listen to it. I can't even watch it. He's getting better now, people, and he's got some new equipment coming out, so he should it should be better. I have not tried a VR headset. One of the things with that is I need something that can cover my glasses. When I take off my glasses, I'm blind. And you can adjust it a little bit in the VR set, but it can't adjust it enough for me. So I'm gonna figure it out because they just opened up like a new VR game room down in here in Detroit, and you fight the zombies and stuff like I want to go do it, but I don't know if I'm gonna get sick. I don't know if I'm gonna get sick. Trish, well, Armstrong, my coworker told us about a recent cruise she and hubby went on. It may have been Silver Sea. Wow, they're ritzy. They've had a little pinky out when they drink their tea. They put their little pinky out. Silver Sea, maybe. It was all inclusive. The experience sounded fabulous. That that if I'm not mistaken, I've never been on Silver Sea. I've heard of it. I believe that's a pretty ritzy cruise line, and yes, I hope they enjoyed it. Um, I for me, I just like to be on a cruise ship. Foodie says it sounds like a mild vertical. I don't know about mild. I thought vertical had to do with like heights and things like that. Uh, I cannot. Man, now we're going through everything I can't do. Um, buildings with no, just I'm not going to say buildings. Places with like glass floors that you can see through. It's very hard for me to walk over. It's very hard for me to walk over. It And I mean, I'm talking about. I know it's only a foot high, but if it's see through, it bothers me. And the bridges of Psy on MSC, I cannot put my foot on it. The Space Needle in Seattle, I could not walk on a glass floor. I couldn't even put a foot on it because I mean, I'm just my leg wouldn't, my muscles. I couldn't do it. Gwen, Amelia, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Happy Father's Day. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bedazzle, thank you for coming in. Emily, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I can't do those things. Uh, cer- glass I don't know. Don't ask me why. I don't like heights, but glass elevators don't bother me. I can get up against the glass. If it had a glass bottom, I would have a problem. I can't like going to the Grand Canyon. I can't walk up to the edge. Even walking up to the edge on a cruise ship, like if I'm on the 18th floor and I try to walk up to the edge, it literally takes everything I have to do that. I mean, my son laughs at me because I slowly walk up, stick a hand out, grab the rail. Not if the rail fell, I mean, I don't know what good that's going to do, but um, it takes everything I have to go walk up to it. And once I get up there and get stabilized, I can do it for a little bit. But just walking up to it, I see kids and stuff just run up to it. I can't do it. Uh Vicky says I have it too. Even comes up when temperature changes when you walk in the store. No, I mean that doesn't bother me. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so a sensation of spinning or dizziness, loss of balance or coordination. These are symptoms. I don't know. I don't know if I actually get like in other words, I don't get dizzy. I just, it's more of like afraid. I just can't step on it. I don't get dizzy. I don't. My loss of coordination. I do worry about. I do worry about high winds blowing me over the rail, but I don't. That's just a natural fear of mine. No, Gwen. That's what I was talking about. The bridge, the size of the glass. I can't do it. I couldn't even put a foot on that. I couldn't even stand off to the side and put a foot on. I was trying to get a picture of my foot on it. I couldn't even do it, Gwen. I couldn't do it. I could not. I could not do it. One of these days. Keisha, happy Sundays. Although it's very overcast, cool day, a little bit humid. So anybody else got anything going on for today? Any plans? What YouTube channels? I don't even know what time it is. It's 2:00. It's getting late. It's getting later, people. I'm starting to wake up too early. I don't know if sports are on and watch my Tigers play. They're my Tigers now that they're winning. When they were losing, they weren't really my Tigers. I don't know. They were Detroit's team. But now I'm gonna be a bandwagon fan and hop on the bandwagon. Best team in baseball as of right now. And I'm gonna sit up here. I'm gonna sit up here and I am going to write out a budget. I'm gonna write out a budget of what I spend, because the different memberships I have to some channels, the Canva, the Filmora, the Epidemic Sounds. If I get Filmora back, YouTube Premium, there's hold on. Emily's Cruzna says, I have my cat sleeping in my lap. I was raised with cats. People always talk about, guys and cats. I love cats. And the cats, you just lay there and just sleep all day. I wish I could do that. Bill, did you hear about Eddie's live, trying to see how long he can stay up? No, I saw him last night, or I saw them, a group, but I didn't stay up and watch it. Scott, welcome in. Happy Father's Day. Appreciate it, Scott. I fell out at some time. I have no idea what time he ended. Yes, bottom of the seventh, 2-2. Go Tigers. Go Tigers. They got blown out yesterday, but hopefully they can win this one. The last two were Eddie and Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave hangs up late too, because even when I used to go on late night, Uncle Dave would be there. I would be shocked. Uncle Dave and Trish the Natural. They would, no matter what time, at 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning, they would be there. Now 2-4 Detroit, top of the eighth. Well, that's the way it should be. Kim, if you're saying Detroit's in the lead. Scott, I was talking about you earlier, Scott. Looking at the cost, like StreamYard. You use StreamYard, I use StreamYard. I'm tired of paying $40 a month for 8 hours of streaming. You stream a little more than I do. It probably works for you, but I want to see. I want to see something. I pay $40 a month. That allows me to stream to 3 different platforms, and I like the idea. When I get on with you, Scott, I can only stream 2. If it gave me a free version, that I could stream 2 platforms, but I know that's not going to happen. It's going to be 1. 2 platforms with you, I probably would go to the free version, since most of the time you host. I have to look into it, but I'm looking at trying to cut cost. Tristan, I hear you, Armstrong. I need to review my YouTube social media tools and budget better. Yeah, it all adds up. Scott, welcome in, Rambling with the Brums. I hope NCL is treating you better. NCL was giving him the flux about flights going to an Alaskan cruise. TJ says, I use Streamlab. It's cheaper. TJ, one of these days I'm gonna have to get with you. Maybe you can give me a class of how to use it, how hard it is to use. That's the whole thing. Is I get into this. Everything has a learning curve. StreamYard, everything was pretty much straightforward. That's what I liked about Filmora, the editing platform. it was very, very straightforward. I didn't have to take lessons. Every now and then there's something that'll come up where, I'll go look it up how to do it. But it was pretty straightforward. And Streamlab, OBS, and all those, they gave me a problem. I actually was thinking about coming on live today on Ecamm, ECAAM, and I decided not to. I decided not to. Michelle B says, I was still up at 3 a.m. chasing a squirrel that one of my cats brought in. Oh no, but I missed the live. Oh no, did you catch the squirrel or at least get him out the house? Oh, Scott, I freaked out, just booked my own. No way, man. If you guys get a chance, go check out Scott's channel and him talking about what happened with the NCL. It sounded like they did not want to work with him as far as the flights, and it sounded like it was a medical issue, and they would not work with him. So I mean, check out his story, Scott. If you type in #strong, let me see if I can. Do I have? Whoops. #strong to drop your link, and if anybody wants to check out what NCL did, I mean it's an interesting story. Streamlab is similar to StreamYard. TJ, if you don't mind me asking, how much does it cost, and how many platforms can you stream out to? I don't. And my thing is, I don't mind paying. But I don't like paying $40 a month. I'm assuming if I can stream out to 2, I prefer 3 locations or 3 channels is really what I want. I want to do Facebook, I want to do YouTube, I want to do Instagram. If I can stream out to those 3, and I can get that for under $30 for, let's say, 20 hours a month. I don't need a ton of hours. Only time I would need more hours is if I was on a cruise. StreamYard is similar to Streamlabs. I'm sure I looked at it, but I've never tried to use it. So I may try to go in there. Matter of fact, when I get off here, maybe I'll go in and take a look at it. Good, Michelle B. Yeah, got him out. Yeah, got him out. Danny D, welcome in, Danny, and thank you for being a member. I'm a disabled fella and bleed NCL. Really? I have questions because I've only been on one NCL, and that was the NCL Pearl, and it was like a chartered cruise where they had like music groups. I think it was Sheila E. actually, and I really enjoyed it. But it was like I said, one of the older ships. I want to go on some of the newer ships. Matter of fact, I want to go on NCL Aqua, one of probably their newest ship, because of the Prince show that they have. And no longer, I am a disabled fella and bleed NCL. No longer this will be my last cruise with them. Oh no. That's a tough call. Restream is free and you can go live forever. It's not a question of going live forever, Emily. It's a question of going live with people and going live on different platforms. The streaming forever, I'm normally not going to go much longer than an hour. I mean, maybe 2 hours. Parker's on the go. Welcome in. Tell Brandon happy Father's Day. Michelle B. Keisha, they got a little bunny too, but it was outside and I was and to save him, but the squirrel was not so lucky. Oh no. Unlucky squirrel. Scott, I love NCL, but no customer service. All the good staff are quitting. That's interesting. For an upgrade plan, you can stream to multiple platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, etc. I'm gonna have to take a look at that because well, my only problem is I gotta talk to Scott because I said I really don't want him to have to change. So if I can work with Scott where I don't have to have the premium or whatever the package is with a StreamYard, and he can do it, and he hosts our Wednesday lives. I might look into something like that. But if I have to pay, let's say I have to pay, or StreamYard, there's no lower package than like the $40 package now. But if I have to pay, $20 or $30 for a restream, and it still doesn't work with StreamYard, still doesn't work, then I might as well just keep StreamYard. So I'm working. I'm trying to figure out this budget. I'm working on it. I need more. I started figuring this out when I had to start paying for some of these cruises. Danny D says, "Happy Father's Day to everybody." Oh my goodness! I seriously wish, but I have too many cruises booked. 214. I live near Detroit, not Florida. Otherwise, I would be there with you. Hold on. What did I miss, Danny D? Oh, the meetup in 43 days. Nice. I know, Kim. Flying from Detroit all the time. I don't mind so much because of my situation, but yeah, that is a lot. I know a husband and wife cruise consultant who walked away from a $350,000 a year job. Ooh. Well, hold on. From a 350,000 job. I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. And maybe I missed something in the chat. I'm kind of like skimming over. Nettie and JT. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to skip over you. Welcome in. And thank you for the Happy Father's Day. We were using Restream and upgraded to the Pro version for a better streaming quality and more platforms. Wasn't worth it. We went back to Streamlabs. Okay, you're the second person who said Streamlab. Yeah, I what was that? Ecamm. I played around with Ecamm. It was for Mac. I don't know if you can use it on Windows or not, but it was for Mac. And it was seamless, like adding up, like automatically, like connecting my iPhone to it, where I could have another camera. It made it easy. And if I was doing it just myself, maybe that's something I would do. So I have to look at me, because me and a Controversial Cruising Scott, we do a show on Wednesdays, and then I do a show on Thursdays right before the Parkers on the Go. So after my show, make sure you go check them out. And they have a live, and then a lot of times they'll have like maybe a premiere video, and their live goes on. It goes on for 2 or 3 hours. You got time to catch them. But you're like the second person who said something about Restream, and if the price is right, I'll have to take a look at that. Wife made $200,000. Husband made $150,000. They both quit due to zero. They both did they work for NCL, or are you saying that that's how much they made and they quit using NCL? Danny D says she's still tired from last night. Well, if you said for the whole thing, I'm going to Restream. Scott, Rambling with the Brum, said he's going to Restream. So Restream, okay. You're giving me something, because I could get away with using YouTube Live if they allowed me to stream out to different platforms. I love streaming out to Facebook. I love streaming out to Instagram. I wish they could do TikTok. I mean, I'm kind of doing more TikTok than I am anything else. Oh, they both worked for NC. Wow, walked away from $350,000. That's special right there. I mean, that I gotta come over your channel. I gotta hear these stories. You know, I'll be lurking in the background, but I gotta hear these stories because you're telling me somebody walked away from $350,000 a year because of the company. That's a good one. Hopefully they had someplace to land. Yeah, we are on for a while. I can send you a referral code if you want to try. You yeah, please do. I take any kind of discount and somebody else. That's the one thing, you know, when I get referral, if I get a chance, I use it because it doesn't cost you anything. It was like I did Amazon, the whatever Amazon affiliate for a while. And if it doesn't cost me any more money and you send me a link or whatever, I use your Amazon account. Why not? It's the same price. I don't pay more. So yes, please do. Uh, but yes, they work for NCL. Apparently, it was a late night. Oh boy, it sounded like a late night, and a ton of people on the panel. I mean, I thought somebody called it the Hollywood Squares. It was I don't know about 9 people, which whatever platform I use, I would never use that much. I maybe 2 or 3. See, and that's another thing where like with Scott, he does it where they have like so many different people that he needs to be able to have a panel of a certain size. And Emily, it's Rambling with the Brums. It's not on a NC, it's not an NCL cruise ship. It's he has a group cruise going to Alaska, and the customer service gave him a really hard time. So it's just a personal story. It's nothing that you'll see on well as far as right now. I don't know what Scott's going to do in the future. I mean, he seems really upset as far as never cruising. I mean, he sounded like he was a NCL guy, and he's no longer cruising with NCL. So it's an interesting story. But you got to go to Rambling with the Brums channel and follow along the story there. It's not on Google as far as I know. Uh, yes, sir. He's making more now. She's taking the summer off, and 2 different cruise lines are trying to get. Well, nice. That's good. As long as they have a plan. I dropped out at midnight. My brain started hurting. I lost track of where we were. Yeah. Usually the live pop up on my phone, so I guess I missed it. I was watching Poker Face on Peacock. It was a good show? I mean, I'm always looking for something late night. Watching shows. After a certain time, after about 10, 30, 11 ish, usually there's nothing else on live as far as like YouTube. Like right now, it's when I get off of here, you probably who is it? Oh, Fast and Tree. I think they're coming on. Yeah, I think they're coming on. If not, you know, later on tonight you have I Love Cruising Royal. Who else do you have? Carnival Cruise Addicts at about 5, I think. Look who's in on the Facebook side. Z, welcome in. Coming in on the Facebook side. Rambling, 8 different cruise consultants I've had to deal with September, October. They tell all will be going live. Did I miss Team Reese coming in here? Hold on. Oh, no, they're probably saying Team Reese. Team Reese, what time do they go live? Q. Team Reese goes live. They always have good stories too. They always have. There's a lot of good channels out here. That's a lot of good channels. Aziz said he wants. He didn't say it here. He did a video earlier today. He wants it to be an Uncle Day. I'm sure they do have an uncle. An Uncle Day. So happy Uncle Day, Z. Not sure. Usually before I Love Cruising Royal would say about 5 p.m. Central. Okay, 5 p.m. That's time Carnival Cruise Addicts go on. And then is it, you got Sea Lake Journey. So right in that time someplace, probably Team Reese. Check them out. I mean, spread the love around. One thing I do like about the community is that you're starting to see the channels branch out. You used to have these cliques, and you still kind of do, but you're starting to see channels branch out a little bit more, which is always fun to see. And I like watching, even though we all, I shouldn't say all, a lot of us are content creators. It's good to see other versions of stories. One thing I always do is when I go on a cruise, I always go back and scan YouTube looking for other content creators that were on that cruise. And I found a few people, like on the 29-day cruise I had, that posted videos, and it's fun to see like their version of what you did, and it's interesting. Danny D says Sea Lake Journey 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 and 5 p.m. Carnival Cruise out. Yep. And I noticed a lot of channels now are you're talking about clicks, but they're starting to piggyback on each other, and they're starting to do collabs with one another, which is a good thing. Which is another good way to expand your product, your channel. For Scott and I, my people that follow me or whatever, now they also follow him, and people that follow him also follow me, and it's a good way to spread your wings. You can't get too locked if you want to grow your channel. Some people just want to go live, like today I kind of just wanted to go. I just wanted to go live for a little bit, but and talk about trying to save money and my issues here. Scott from Rambling with the Brums, yeah, has a second channel. Okay. And Scott, can we go there and follow your escapades with NCL on this channel too? Okay. I can't believe I've been on for over an hour. I've been talking and not like nonstop. It feels like my coffee's running out. I haven't had lunch yet. I haven't had breakfast either. It will be up in the fall. Okay. Nothing else going on, I don't think. Hold on. What is this? Take the stage. Quick baseball question. The Red Sox were wearing yellow. Would you know why? Today they have their regular home outfits on. Why would they wear yellow? I mean, unless it's like a throwback jersey or a uniform. I don't know. I don't know of anything why yellow. The Savannah Bananas, they have if you have not watched Savannah Bananas, that's a baseball team, semi-pro, I believe, but it's interesting to watch. It's a different form of baseball. So I don't know why they would wear yellow. Hold on. As most know, I am not a content creator, but this year I cruised 5 times and have 7 more booked. 7, my goodness, through 2/14/2027. Lots of back-to-backs. Good for you, Kimberly. Kimberly, you're on the unhinged cruise, right? The 2/14/2027. What is? Can you guys? Am I going crazy here? Do you guys see this thing now? Hold on. Let me open up my YouTube channel. I guess I should have had one open up anyway. Let me mute it. Is it muted? Okay. Hold on. I just saw something that I've never seen before. It just popped up on my StreamYard. Hold on, good people. Live. I'm live. What is this down in? What is this down in the corner over here? Can you see the lower right hand corner where it's like the chat? What is that? Where did it come from? Hold on. I clicked this. Hold on. Oh, I'm up here clicking buttons. There we go. Ah. Okay, that's what I get for just clicking buttons. I'm like, where did that come from? I've seen that on other people's channels. I didn't know where it came from. I thought they were using like straight or like Restream or something different. Yeah, things you learn when you just click buttons. Michelle B, I guess I need to make a channel. I have an old one somewhere, but I can't remember how to get into it. You need to, if you like baseball, it's a lot of fun watching it. Because the White Sox are so bad, I can't watch any. Oh no. But the Cubs are oh well, I guess you can't be a fan of both teams, the Cubs and the White Sox. Once in a lifetime for me. You know what? Never say once in a lifetime, because I've been saying it like going on a cruise of a lifetime for the last 3 years, and every year I've had better and better cruises. So I don't even use that. I don't even use that term anymore. I like it because I thought, a cruise of a life. I thought that was a great title, cruise of a lifetime. Come to find out, every year I got a cruise of a lifetime. So it's a heart. It's always been there. The words on the screen. Yes, we can see the chat. Yeah, I just found out. I mean, sorry, I know I'm probably a little behind in the chat, but there is like this show, and it says it right there, and it's a little slide button. Show comments on the stage, which that helps out a lot as far as when I broadcast on like Facebook and Instagram. Well, probably not Facebook, but I don't know, because I got to look at myself on when I do Facebook. But it allows like Instagram that people can see the entire chat of what people are saying, which is one of the downfalls of like Instagram. Unless I highlighted the chat, they couldn't see what the chat or what I was talking about, and I got to get into a habit of doing that. I will be on the unhinged. Okay, great, Kim. I'm doing the same thing, waiting for better prices. We see it. Okay, good. It's going. Yeah, there's a button up here. Right hand side, show comments on the stage. It's a slide button that you can turn on and off. They've got a beta. Yes, and I guess I've never clicked on it. I saw it, but I never clicked on it to see what it did. I got to stop just clicking buttons. The purple crowns. Oh, and I see it. If I'm not watching it, if I'm not watching it, I say I don't. When I'm on StreamYard and the only thing I'm on is StreamYard, I can't see crowns or anything like that. So yes, I'm clicking buttons. But yeah, putting the chat on the stage, that helps a lot when you're broadcasting to some other channels. Also, I have to look at that because one of my biggest complaints is when me and Scott go live, people in my chat can't see what the people in Scott's chat are saying. I don't know why they can't integrate it where all the chat pops up. Hopefully that's what this does here and not just my channel. Hopefully, like if me and Scott did that the entire chat, so everybody can see what everybody's saying and whoever's chat is in there. Huh. You cannot be a fan of both. Yeah, I figured that out. Somebody told me that before. I think it was more of New York because I said, they were talking about New York Mets and Yankees. It's like, you can't. I hate the Yankees. I'm like, wow. I love the Phillies and the Cubs and my favorite baseball teams, but both Red Sox and Yankees. I spent my emergency money from not vacationing for 5 years. I got torn between responsible and you only live once and chose number 2. You do. You have to enjoy it. I mean, don't go where you can't pay your bills and things like that. But yes, you have to live your life, Kim. Yeah, tomorrow's not promised. Carnival Cruise Addicts, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in here. Kevin, thank you for stopping in. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Everybody saying hello. Share it on Reddit. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. I did. It said I'm looking at this button, but it said beta. Keisha, you're gonna come up here one of these days. I didn't really read what it said. It said beta. I'm like, what is beta? And it's like in purple. And I'm like, what is this? And I clicked on it, but I didn't see anything happen. And I could have looked over like an inch over, and I could have probably saw where it had a slide button, but I didn't. Everybody's saying hello. Okay. But I do like that. I mean, is it? It. I can barely see it. I can barely see it. Like when I looked at it on. Okay, why is this? Okay, I pulled it off. Let me minimize that. I don't know. Can you guys actually read what's on the screen? If I was on my phone, I don't even think I could even read what's on the screen. Hold on, because the ideal is good. I love the idea. But yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone and I can't. It's so tiny. That's what she said. I can't read it. It's actually if I was on my 75-inch TV, maybe I could read it. But on here, and I think that's probably where I saw it. I don't know whether it was Elisa's channel, maybe. Somebody had that, and I saw it. Exactly. But I'm on my TV, I can see it. But on my phone, I just put it up on my phone. I can't see it. It works on the TV. Okay. So if anybody's watching, it works, but it doesn't really work. They need to do it where they can integrate the chat, all the chats together. They need to integrate it. Because yeah, I cannot make that out. So Keisha, you can read it? because what does it say, Bill? What say? I can't. Oops, hold on. Like when I'm on my phone, if I do it like this, see how you can't even read what it says. I mean, of course, it's not the best thing to do, but you can't read what it says. So we're sticking with StreamYard. We paid for a year to get it cheaper. Yeah, I just I don't use it. Yeah, Keisha still has young eyes. Bill doesn't wobble. Wobble. You're going to see me out there. February 14th, you'll see me out there. I'll do the wobble February 14th, if I can still walk by then. Kimberly says my baseball team is making me want to go to the Sea Wave Lounge. 6'4". No, what happened? What happened? We were just up by 2. Who did they bring in the pitch? Going to my TV. The Orioles are up. Brooks Robinson and Jim Palmer, my favorite Orioles of all time. I grew up on those, like those two teams, or the Baltimore Orioles, but those 2 players is who I remember from their team. What did Liz say? I'm gonna do that. I love the chat on stage because I watch everyone on my TV. Well, when I'm watching on my TV, but then when I'm watching on my TV, I'm usually doing something else on my phone. But then I mean I can't comment, which is why a lot of times I don't comment. It's on the lower, it's on the lower right hand side. I can't really read it. Like when I'm looking at it, even like on StreamYard, like right now I can see it, but I can't read it. I can see the name of the person, but I can't read what they said. Oh, it's not broadcasting live in Detroit? Oh, okay. Yeah, the Detroit sports. I mean, I don't like sports now because almost everything. Basketball has surprised me. It's actually, the championship is has been on ABC. So all you need is over the air, because I don't have cable. I cut the cable. Cut the cable. I do miss it at times, but with the over the air antenna, I get enough shows, and a lot of times I spend most of my time on YouTube. So I don't really miss it. I do have a couple of streaming services, like Disney, Prime. See, my guy has something else. Emily, I believe that's I believe, Emily, that's a StreamYard thing, and they're doing a beta. She does look young. She has those young genes. Pick up the pieces. Average White Man used to be one of my favorite groups, and Cut the Cake was one of their songs. Give me just a little bit on the side. Cut. Anyway. Same Bill. I only have the antenna TV. I'm mostly on YouTube on my old computer. Yeah, I mean I'm trying to cut expenses, because a lot of it. I go through even subscriptions to different things. It's like, am I still subscribed to that? And it always starts off with, here's a free trial for a week, and before you know it, I'm subscribed to whatever it is. and I forgot. So now I got to go through a month. Anyway, I'm trying to avoid doing that. Kim, I wanted to see what Bill was looking at, and I do see it on my TV. Schoolboy Crush. Average. Well, my goodness. Long story short, the first concert I ever went to, my brother took me to it. It was Kool and the Gang and Average White Band. And it had to be 77, 78-ish. I don't think it was quite 79 because I don't think I was driving then. And he took me there. And it was like a riot broke out. I mean, they started jumping on stage. For people from Detroit, they had a gang called the Earl Flynns. Earl Flynn jumped on stage and stole the microphone. Anyway, it was a concert. And my brother, now all this is we're up in the upper deck, and he had a camera. He was taking pictures, and his younger brother, he took down like on the floor where all the fights and riots were going on to get better pictures. So I'm down there on the floor enjoying the concert as everybody's fighting in the audience, and he's up there trying to take pictures. So I survived. We survived. But yeah, my mother probably wouldn't have been very happy if she had known where I was at. 8-4. Wait a second. I cut the cable because I've never watched anything on there. I watch YouTube and Paramount. I do miss ESPN's. I do. There's certain things that I do miss, but it's not worth paying $100 and some odd a month. You know, I mean, cable. I mean, it's just not worth it. I get some old channels and it works well enough. It works. I'm happy. I normally don't watch TV from my TV. I'm using on my iPhone or iPad. Behave. The Law here. Did I miss Law Jones? Welcome in, Law. Appreciate it. Happy Father's Day to you too. We would love to cut the cord, but our internet still sucks. Yeah, well, you do have to have decent internet. That's the one thing that I if nothing else is trying to get the best internet that I can possibly get. That's more important to me than having the cable. I went to Western Michigan in '76 for 1 year, and they used to talk about watch out the Earl Flynns the Earl Flynns. Maybe I better not do that too much because maybe might be some old Earl Flynns in here. But yeah, that was. I'll never forget that. That was my first concert. That was my first concert. But I loved Average White Band. I still, if they come to town now, I still want to go see them, even though the original members aren't there. A lot of them aren't there anymore. And Kool and the Gang, well, a lot of those members aren't there either. So, but them, Earth, Wind, and Fire, I still show up. I want to show up. It's a tough watch, but like the Temptations, the Manhattans, the Shy-Lights, and all. I mean, we know the original members aren't there. I get it, but just it takes me back to an era back when I was growing up, and concerts where you can get into a concert for $10, and unlike it is now, where everything's online, and if you want a good seat, you can't just get in line to get a good seat. You got to go on the internet, and then next thing you know, you got to buy from a broker who instead of a $100 seat, now it's $500, $800 seat. And I just refuse to do that. I stopped going to concerts because of the prices of the other concerts. Okay. I might be skipping over some of the chats. I'm sorry about that. Emily, do you guys have Optimum out where you are? I'm assuming that's an internet company. I think they have Comcast. Oh, that is not the best. Comcast, I think I think we have Comcast. My son usually gets it. I think we have that's Xfinity, right? We haven't had here lately. We haven't had any problems, but I don't deal with them. I don't deal with the customer service, so I don't know much about them. Oh, Bill, it'd be cool to do the Detroit Riverboat cruise with awesome music. Too bad YouTube sucks at allowing music. I'm Kim. I have never done that. Kim, you might have given me an idea just to do something. I don't have a cruise until the end of July. Because that's Kim. That's a good idea. Go on the Princess. That's a good idea, Kim. Because I thought about even Kim, even as far as going live, drive out to Belle Isle. Now, Belle Isle is a park here in Detroit. It's a beautiful park. Yeah, take a bridge over it. It's a beautiful park in Detroit. It kind of sits in between Detroit and Canada, and the state has actually taken it over, so it made it in a state park. Matter of fact, it used to be where I don't think it's there anymore, but the Grand Prix from Detroit used to ride around Belle Isle, and it's a beautiful park. I grew up there, so I'm thinking about doing a live from out there one of these days. I'm thinking about doing a live. Do people that cruise and use your phone, do you still two things I want to talk about real quick before I get off here. Do you still buy like an international plan? Because it's like every country I go to, hold on one second. Every country I go to, my phone works there. So why do I need a plan? So all that when I was in Japan, when I was in Australia, I didn't buy any additional plan or anything. It just works. Do people still buy international plans? And if so, why? And I have T-Mobile, and pretty much all the Caribbean and all, I mean Mexico and all that. I just cut my phone on this. My biggest problem is I was so used to cutting my phone off on a cruise and never cutting it back on that now I'm afraid that I'm gonna cut it on when I'm in Mexico and then start cruising and then get billed billed for the at sea. So do people still buy plans? And also, you gotta watch what you say and do online. Do some I don't know. I mean, I have T-Mobile and I don't get charged any roaming charges. I don't understand. Uh, you young people don't understand that if I called 15 miles from my home back when I was a kid, it was a long distance call. Excuse me. And I never I it's incredible now that I don't even think about using I just cut my phone on, and it's unlimited data and unlimited text. And if you make phone calls, it's like 25 cents mobile, 25 cents a minute mobile. But when I use like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, so I use like a web based Google Voice. I use that, so I've never had a bill. I've never had a bill, and I've gone live from different locations. I've made not phone calls. I've made well, I made phone calls, but not through the phone line. I made it through one of the internet apps, and I never had a bill. And I'm like, do people? Because I keep hearing people talk about getting these international plans. Let's see. I missed on some of the things. Did you get the plan for Japan? We are going next year. We have T-Mobile. No, it worked. My phone worked. I went there, went live, did all. I did it on my phone. I've never done that, and I just wondered: is this a thing where people still actually buy plans? And what do you get with your plan? Is it phone calls? Because I don't need to make a phone call on a direct line. I can use WhatsApp or whatever, or Google Voice. We don't use our phones for calls while we cruise. I normally don't. I mean, every now and then I had to make a phone call, but it didn't matter. For a phone call that I had to make, I'll pay 25 cents a minute, as long as I'm not at sea. The funny thing was, Carnival is one of the few. I'm not gonna say one of the few. Royal and MSC, they let you use internet calling. Is it called internet calling? Internet calling. It's where you could. It's like you can still use your phone. Like if you're on the internet, you can still use your phone like a regular phone. So Carnival cuts it off for some reason. They don't want you making internet phone calls, I guess. Emily says, I bought an international plan for Verizon when I went to the Philippines. See, I think Philippines is covered. I don't know. I would have to talk to Mike from VentureCast to see if it's covered, but I don't see the need for it anymore. Q says, I have prepaid, went to Jamaica and couldn't use it while roaming without adding cash to my account. Mexico and Nassau, I think I was charged $10 to $12 a day to make calls. Texting is free, limited data. Yes, I will say the data was limited, but it was limited to like 4G. So it's not the greatest, but it's free. And I just wasn't paying for. As I said, I don't make phone calls, and I just a text here and there. And I don't know if I would do it. Because I'm paying for 5 lines. 5 lines. Our plan does not any international service, but to add on is only $10 a month, which I will do when you travel. Since we're not using it regularly. I mean, that's the way that it used to be, Keisha. Like, but with T-Mobile, when I went to Japan, I cut my phone on. It sends me a text message. Telling me that unlimited data and unlimited texting and phone calls are 25 cents a minute. Why would I ever pay for a plan? And I was in Australia, same thing. And when I was in, Mexico, when I was in the Caribbean, when I Grand Turk, St. Lucia, every place that I went. Did you hear St. Lucia? They're trying to put that on one of the banned country lists. They're starting to put a lot of these countries on the banned country list that is starting to bother me. And St. Lucia was one of them. I think St. Kitts, St. Lucia. There's talk of it. So anywho, that was just one of my questions was, do people still buy it? I haven't bought an international plan in 5 years. And I keep hearing people talk about these international plans and it's only $10 in here, $10 a week, buy this, do that. And I never use it. Can't help with the internet question. I always totally disconnect besides getting free Carnival Hub app. I used to. I don't anymore. I also use WhatsApp in the Philippines. Yeah, I mean, whenever I go, whenever I'm dealing with like locals, whatever, and they want to give me a number, they give me a WhatsApp number. And that's what I use. That's why your mama hollered at you when you get off the long distance call when you were a kid. Yes, you'd be surprised. I went to school in Ypsilanti, which is about 30 miles from here, and calling back home to my girlfriend at the time was a long distance phone call. And it was like, this is getting crazy. And it was like 30 minutes or 30 miles away. And now it's like, I'm calling across the world and it's free. How times have changed. Whoops, hold on, it skipped on me. Stop skipping. Yes, our plan is prepaid to Carnival Cruise Addicts. I did for Australia because my mom is over 90 and I was concerned about being so far away from. Okay, I mean that could make sense if you got to make sure that you can get through. But my whole thing is my whole family. It's like when I'm on a cruise, call me on Messenger, call me on WhatsApp. Call me on it's called Meet now. I think it used to be called Dual or whatever. And my phone, I stay connected to the internet because usually I had the internet on the cruise ship, which even that is getting so expensive now. It's crazy. But they can always reach me. I mean, not that anybody ever does. Charlene Phelps, welcome in from Indianapolis, Indiana. Ring once when you get home. See, now you're Nettie, you're old school. You're like me. I travel without the family, hubby, and kids, and they will not allow me to totally disconnect. Well, it's not totally disconnect. If you bought the Wi-Fi package, they can still reach you. And when you get to land, well, I don't know what service you have. I'm talking about T-Mobile. But when I get to land, I cut my phone on. My biggest fear is, and you know how much I cruise now. Even though I haven't been on a cruise. I got back May 1st. I haven't been on a cruise. People, I'm hurting. I'm hurting over here. It's middle of June. I'm hurting over here. I'm hurting badly, and I don't have one planned until July 20th. But I do have the drink package for July. We won't talk about that again today. I do have the drink package for July 20th. It's hard. Emily says it's hard to disconnect. Times have definitely changed. Okay, going to record some videos. Have a great day, everyone. We'll keep it running. Thank you. You cut it off, Carnival Cruise Addicts. I appreciate it, but cut it off. I thank you so much. So I might switch back to T-Mobile from Verizon. Verizon was just a lot more expensive for me. But my T-Mobile, you know how much I travel. You know of all the places I've been. You know, I go, usually I get to the port or whatever. I go live. I'm in the port. Now it's not the greatest quality. It's not the greatest quality, but it allows me to make my phone calls or whatever I want to do while I'm in port. And it doesn't cost me, the data doesn't cost me anything. You know, I cut on my upload to the cloud or whatever, so I back up my pictures now. I mean, I don't see the additional cost. But even when using WhatsApp, I still have to have a data plan. You do. You have Wi-Fi. You're on the ship. If you're off the ship, you have wherever you're at. I mean, is there a brief second where you're switching between online and live? Yeah, I guess. Your family can miss you for 5 seconds, Keisha. Where's Keisha at? She went offline 5 seconds ago. Where's she at? Where's she at? Scott McNeil, welcome in, Scott. Appreciate it. Scott, what hotel do you guys stayed at in Barcelona? Who funnelheads? They listed some hotels, but I remember Naughty Cruiser mentioned a hotel, and I don't remember the hotel. So what hotel are you guys staying at? Law Jones says I've seen thumbnails where people haven't put their phones on airplane mode while on the ship, and they got a huge yes. On the ship is a different thing, and that's my problem. Because now when I go to every port, I cut my phone on. Two things. It messes up my phone because then I go on local time. And you know how they always say stay on ship time. It screws my phone up, and it really messed me up on the Japan trip, because we started switching every day, it seemed like. So when we started hitting all the ports, it started messing up my phone. But no, you don't want to be on ship at sea. Now I heard there is a plan for this cellular at sea. I think it's called cellular at sea. I think that's what they use. I think there's a plan for that now. Now that one might make sense if you want to stay connected to your phone and not have the data plan. So if you can buy a cellular at sea plan, that one would make sense. That one would make sense. Withdrawal symptoms, midday Sunday live stream. Yeah. I can remember the good old days. I can remember when I was trying to get 1,000 subscribers. I can remember when I was trying to get my watch hours. I would go live 2 or 3 times a day. 2 or 3 times a day, and doing just like I'm doing right now, not talking about anything. Okay, the next topic I wanted to talk about real quick. There was a couple. I think they got banned from Carnival, and they couldn't understand why. And they basically, Carnival said, "Hey, we can never provide a cruise that you guys would be happy with, so we're going to stop you from cruising." And I'm like, wow, that seems kind of harsh. I mean, what's going on here? I went back and looked at some of their videos, and it's a bigger, I think it was a bigger YouTube channel. Maybe it had 40,000 subscribers. It was a bigger YouTube channel. Every channel, every video was bashing Carnival. And they act surprised when Carnival says, because I mean, it wasn't like, here's any reason, like, oh, you violated this, you violated that. But if you imagine having a company, a restaurant, and every time they came to your restaurant, they bashed it online, bashed it, worst cruise ever, bashed it. Carnival, you got to do better. Bashed you every time they came into your restaurant, they talked about all your food. At what point would you get tired of it and say, you know what, we're good? Just we know we can't make you happy. We can't make a sandwich that you like. We just stop. Just stop coming. Yeah, we can't. We're telling you we can't make you happy. And from what I've seen, that's kind of what happened. So I say that to say, and maybe not so much for smaller channels, but even the smaller channels, there people are watching you. These other cruise companies, when you tag them in it, they're watching you. And if all you do is bash them, why would they want you to be on their ship? So you can get some extra clicks. Because the vitriol, the hate gets clicks. Worst cruise ever. Hardest hamburger bun ever. It gets clicks. Do you ever say anything nice about them? Did you ever enjoy yourself? Did you ever? I mean, we all know that everybody has bad days, but do you ever say things nice? And if all you do is bash a company, at what point do you think they're going to just keep coming? Come on, make another video about the Miracle being the worst ship ever. Just, I mean, how anyway. That's I just wonder what people thought about that. It's like, do you think you can go overboard just bashing a company before they say we don't want your business anymore? Is the company wrong, or is the person that bashes them all the time? I don't want to say wrong, but is it a surprise that they got blocked, banned? And I have not got deep into this subject because into the controversy. So I mean, I could be way off from what I gathered, what I looked at. and went onto the channel and looked at some of the videos as far as like Carnival and their brands, I didn't see many positive things. And when you have a large audience, do you really want to try to have them keep coming on and bashing you, whether they pay for their cruise or not? You can pay for it all you want, but not come on and bash us. And they can't. There's freedom of speech, so you're not going to be. If they pay for the cruise and came on a cruise, they could write whatever they want to write on YouTube. I mean, if that's their belief. So how do you stop that? Well, you ban them. So anyway, let me go down here. Poor Bill. Cruise with I know. You might have a higher tier mode plan that's great for travelers. You are probably paying 20. Yes, Q. I'm definitely, it's 25 cents. It's a mine is a 55 and over plan. It's for people 55 and over. It's nothing special. The plan is nothing special, but I do pay for international calls. I don't make international calls. As far as just picking up my phone, making a phone call, I use Google Voice. I use all these other different apps that I use, where I don't use the just regular phone calls. You need a smartphone to use WhatsApp for sure. No, stay with Verizon. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Charlene. I know I'm way behind because C4 apartment. Okay, Scott, I'm gonna try to look that up. C4 apartment. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, get the information to me. Like the cost, how far from the port, what's I'm gonna try to do a little research before I get there. I want to do a couple of things in Barcelona, not a lot, but I'm gonna try to do a couple of things when I get there. In New York, T-Mobile is not good in New York. To do cellular SIG plan, I think you have to have an unlocked cell phone. Oh. Kimberly said, Emily says 24 peeps in here. Emily, I'm looking at 28. If you have not hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button, but yeah, knock yourself out. Law Jones says, sounds fair to me. I have the same plan, Bill. I don't mind them getting banned if it's detrimental to their brand. Nothing different than someone sneaking alcohol on the ship and bragging about doing it. Yeah, well, yes. And that's my whole thing. If they came on and they had like, oh, here's the Jubilee, I love the Jubilee, or if they came on, well, because I've had videos where I didn't necessarily like some of the things. My first experience with MSC, I went on MSC, Maravillia, I believe, and they didn't have ketchup. And it's kind of a running joke. Some people that saw one of my first videos, they didn't have ketchup. And then I got a hamburger bun. I did a short on how hard the hamburger bun was. I took a hamburger bun and I was pounding it on a desk and it wouldn't break up. And this was a hamburger bun they had out for people. And it wasn't like the only one. I picked up a couple of them and it's like, this is crazy. If that was the only video, if those are the only videos I ever did with MSC, why would MSC want me back on their cruise ship? But now I'm a fan of MSC. I mean, did I have a problem? Yes, I did. Did they correct it? Yes, they did. I'm a fan. John Pedroza, welcome in on the Facebook side. Appreciate you being in here. Red Afro, welcome in. So yeah, I mean, you have to be careful. There's consequences for everything you do. So I don't mind them. I like, that if they don't like something, they talk about it, but I do understand Carnival's point of view. So not that I'm sticking up for Carnival, but I do. If that's the case, if all you want to do, I'm sorry, not if all you want to do, because I truly believe they probably didn't enjoy their experience with Carnival. But At what point does Carnival say, okay, enough is enough? Marlene, welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. There seemed like there's something else I wanted to talk about real quick. I get on my little tangents, and today I didn't have like notes. Usually I write notes down of, oh, talk about this, talk about that. I didn't have anything anything written down. But those are just a couple of things that I was just curious about what other people thought. Let's see. Constructive criticism is okay, but people take it too far and then spread false information. I'm not going to even say they spread false information. They didn't like their experience. This wasn't like constructive criticism. They went on a cruise. They didn't like their experience, which is fair. But they never liked their experience, and I can see Carnival feeling like it's like being biased. So I see it. I mean, I see it. I understand. You know, freedom of speech doesn't mean there's your freedom of consequences. My thing is, and I'm not going to say with them because I don't know their channel well enough, but I know some channels. I know some channels. They love the negativity. Negativity, it sells. It gets clicks. People like the things that are negative, and you know, it's not. I don't want to say it's a form of clickbait, but I guess it is in a way. I guess it is in a way. But I mean, if you really didn't enjoy something, you didn't enjoy it. But you'll see some channels where, you know, this sucks and worst cruise ever, and I mean, just all their titles are like that because it does get clicks. I some of my videos were negative videos. One was like I think it might have been the Jubilee celebration. One of the cabins. I was right next to like a laundry room. It was terrible. The noise was terrible. I had a pillow over my head, and people clicked on that one. And then I had an obstructive view where they said it was an obstructive view, but it was like my whole vision. It was a balcony, but the whole balcony was blocked off. I didn't consider it obstructed. It was like there was nothing there. I couldn't see anything. And those are some of my highest viewed videos. So negativity works. I just find it. I find it hard to be just negative all the time. Pedroza says, unfortunately, the negativity can get clicks. Fear gets clicks. Yes. Cruising complete. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Pedroza, to me, it does get into clickbait because they go back and back again just to profit off of Carnival. Yes. At some point, like Scott Rambling with the Brums was in here earlier, had a bad experience with NCL. I could see him making a video bashing NCL, but he's not. He says he's not going back. I mean, if you had such a horrible time, don't go back. And if you go have a horrible time, at some point you got to say, I'm not going back. That cruise line is not for me. Well, Carnival was able to do that for them. Nettie, I did one negative video about the NCL Prima Club Suite. Ooh, look at you, fancy. Little pinky out. Expectations were too high, and I was disappointed. There were some positive things about the room as well. We like NCL. Yeah, no, you're gonna have things that go wrong, things that didn't make reach your expectation. But imagine having a following, and that's all you did. You know, with the particular cruise line. Uh, there is a certain demographic that also want to not like Carnival. Well, people, some people don't like Carnival. I, I know. I don't understand the Carnival hate. Me and Carnival. Oh, I remember now tonight. Thanks, Pedroza, for bringing me back to what I want to talk about, and I'm going to just briefly touch on it. Um, some people, I mean, the people, but this is a problem with what we do, content creators. When you start putting out content that, this line is the worst line ever, or that line is the worst line ever, and you make it like an absolute, people listen. People listen to what people have to say. So when you say you don't like something, um, you got a group of people out there that are going to follow you, and yeah, you're right, that's the worst ever. But that doesn't mean Carnival, and we're talking about Carnival, is a bad cruise line. I don't think they're a bad cruise line. And for the price point, I mean, if I pay 2 or 3 times the price for a cruise, it should be better. I mean, you don't surprise me when it's a better cruise experience when you pay 2 or 3 times the price. I think Carnival is fine. I think Carnival is a good line. I think MSC is a good line. I think Royal is a good line. I think NCL is a good line. I have yet to run into a bad line. Margaritaville at Sea is a good line. I've never had a problem with it. I'm sorry. I've never had a problem that was so bad that all I wanted to do was bash that particular channel. Nettie, we have done 14 NCL cruises, so it's obviously we like them, just not the Prima, and that's fair. That is different to me. Nettie, sometimes we overhype ourselves. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, yes. Carnival is not a bad cruise line. I personally don't like the big ships. Middle size is my happy, and we all like different ships. I like all the ships. I do. I like the larger ships with all the options of what you have to do, and it's more room to spread people out. There's more people, but you usually have more options for food, entertainment, and things like that. So I like the larger ships, but I do like the midsize. But I like the smaller ships. I could be perfectly content on a cruise ship that doesn't have much of anything, but just a good pool area, a good lounging in the sun area, and a couple of good bars. I could be happy with that. You have to. I can't go on the Carnival Paradise expecting the Utopia of the Seas. They both do short cruises. Those two, they're not in the same category. Emily says 28 people in here now. Yay, 28 people. I like Carnival because it's chill. I don't want to. Yeah, I do. I like it. It's chill. It's relaxing. Uh, I don't know. I have yet to go across a cruise line that I just did not like. Okay, enough of bashing the lines. Uh, this has been a hot topic, and I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it this week on Banter with Bill. Maybe not on what the Carnival, which I'm upset with Carnival because they've been talking about revamping their VIFP for so long now, and I've never got on here and started thinking about what I wanted from VFIP. So I'm gonna talk about that a little bit, and just tell me if for those of you that cruise Carnival, what do you want to see from their VFIP club? Uh, if I had the finances, I would be very fancy. Cruising complete. I've only been on MSC once. Was a horrible experience. I love all the cruise line I've been on. I will still try MSC again. Now, if I have the same experience 2 or 3 times, I won't go back. Yes, and I agree. First time I went on it, I did not understand. No ketchup and these hard buns. I did not understand it. I love the way the ship looked and all the other stuff. A couple of other things I didn't like because because it was I had a European flair. So every time they gave a message, they gave it like in like 3 or 4 different languages. So it's like you constantly hearing people on the PA. But I've come to love the line. Nettie and JT says no straight lines and smaller venues. I kept getting lost. W cruised it in January 23, and when we booked it, it wasn't finished yet. So we had artist rendering. May try again. Oh, you're going back to the Prima. Gotcha. I'm like, what ship are we talking about here? If I had more money, I would go on Viking. They are still chill, but add culture. I want simple. I want simple. I want simple cruise ships. I don't want pretentious people. I just want to go relax. I don't want every night having to put a suit jacket on. I just want to relax most of the time. Danny D says, "How are you? Barry?" Oops. There are a few content creators who use negative titles for clickbait, but when you watch the video, it's only one. Yes, 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 yes. And I find I don't watch those videos. I don't watch them anymore. I don't watch those videos anymore. Yes, Q. I don't watch those. A lot of channels like that I don't watch anymore because it's getting tough now. Because just like I just brought up the VFIP, and probably because I watch a lot of stuff about VFIP because I'm curious. I'm curious what's going to happen. People will put out a video and it sounds like the new VFIP is out, but when you click on it, all it is people talking about what they think it's going to be, and I don't want that anymore. I don't want. I mean, I'm doing it right now, but it's nothing. I mean, I need to see what the plan is going to be, and the speculation. And my problem is more with Carnival because your Carnival is not giving us anything. They're not giving us anything. So people are using speculation, and there's a ton of people. Coach Cruz, if you want to know, talk to somebody who given this a lot of thought. Coach Cruz has a ton of videos on this topic, but it's all speculation. And I'm ready for Carnival to drop what the new plan is. And did I tell you I'm diamond? I'm diamond. And I'm very curious about what this new plan is going to be. Are they going to add anything to my plan? Are they going to take away from my plan? My son just turned platinum. Do they up platinum where he's no longer platinum, or do they grandfather him in? I'm vested in what's going on with this plan. I'm vested in what's going on with this plan, and I'm curious what people think. I'm curious what people think is going to happen. And for a lot of you who haven't cruised a lot, or you're maybe like red, or maybe just turned gold, and you haven't thought about much as far as what goes on in the future. For people that are like platinum and diamond, we're vested in this conversation. I mean, I need to know what's going to happen. Bruce, welcome in. Did Bruce, did Mike Clock and them get off Jennifer and Embarkation Nation and Andrew, Mike Clark, a few other people. They got on their wedding cruise today. Or what time is it? It's noon. They should be on the cruise. I told them to go live. I don't know if they're going to go live. I told them to go live. They might be live, but because I'm live, they're not live. Anywho, hopefully they got off on a cruise on a good note. Bruce, I heard they had a lot to drink last night, so hopefully everybody made it. Pedroza says, does anyone ever book because of the video program? I don't. I haven't ever booked a cruise because I have VIP status. Free laundry is cool, but not cool enough as the destination. For Carnival, well, yes. I mean, and I'm going to talk about that in a couple of seconds. For Carnival, when we start talking about their plan, the laundry was a blessing on a 29-day cruise. Laundry on a 7-day cruise, not so much. Laundry on a 3 or 4 day cruise, not so. I have unlimited laundry on a 4-day cruise, 5-day cruise. Yeah, who cares? Unlimited laundry on a 7-day cruise. Who cares? A 7-day cruise, probably 2 bags of laundry is probably all you might do. We are excited. Plus, if everyone has VIP, no one has exactly. Well, and you run into that now. When they have these journey cruises and everybody's diamond and everybody's platinum, nobody's a VIP. You're waiting in line and people are complaining. I mean, I don't mind waiting in line. Keisha says, "Q, that is clickbait, but that what entices the click and full watch." I can't do it anymore. I mean, they may have other stuff in the videos that I want to see. I won't watch it anymore. I just refuse. As a travel agent, you can imagine, but I really get upset when I see somebody really bash any cruise line as a whole. A cruise line. I go more for the experience. I tell me about the experience you have on what ship and tell me why. But I refuse to think that everything on this particular cruise ship was the worst thing ever. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. And sometimes I have yet to have that experience. I've 65 cruises, 66 cruises, 60, whatever it is. Whatever number of cruises that I have, I've had a ton of cruises, and I've never been so disgusted with a cruise line that I'm not going back. MSC probably came as close as possible with that first day, that first cruise I went on. But it was just I didn't understand how do you not have ketchup? It was a cruise out of New York, and it was like how do you not have ketchup? And then the hamburger bun. How did the hamburger bun get this hard just sitting out for, I'm assuming, just for a short period of time? How did it happen? But I went back and guess what? They have ketchup. They have softer buns now. So I mean, it wasn't bad enough for me not to go. Now, if every time I went, it was a problem. Yes. Bill, the name of the place we are staying is okay. It's C211 in Barcelona. Okay. Let me put that in my notes real quick. Look at that. I'm you talking about you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm putting it in my phone. On the notes, C211 Barcelona. Yeah, I see. I'm no need for pen and paper. Scrolls Nest, welcome in. Happy Father's Day. I think Diamond will be the same, but they might add a new mid-tier level like RCL. I don't think Diamond's going to be the same. I don't think diamond is going to be the same. I don't think platinum is going to be the same. I really think they're going to extend platinum out. It's like 75 to 200, 199, I think, for platinum now. Let me see. Give me a chance to. Oops. I'm trying to see if I can just pull up their. I don't want a video. I just want like an image. Yeah. I think platinum is going to. Two things. They could do two things. Keep platinum with the same amount of days. Keep platinum with the same amount of days, but take the benefits away from them, so they're not priority, that's going to make so many people mad. But you can't have everybody priority. You can't have everybody getting in the priority line trying to board. I can see them taking away priority boarding for platinum, but maybe giving them keeping the you can book the boarding time 2 days earlier. So you don't have priority boarding, but you can get to pick your boarding time a couple of days earlier. I do think they're going to split diamond up into two different groups. I think both groups will be priority. I think those will be the ones that'll be the priority groups. My thing, we'll see. But if let's say diamond is at 200 and above right now, do they go full blown crazy like Royal did? Like Royal's top of the line is like 700 days or nights or whatever it is, and I don't think Carnival is going to go that crazy, but I do see like the diamond level that we have right now goes from 200 to maybe 400, and then above 400, and this is kind of me hoping 400 and above will be a higher diamond class. But it might be higher than that. Maybe it'd be 500, or maybe. Do you raise diamond level to 300? Do you raise diamond to 300? I don't know. I'm trying to look at the different things. It's a Cruise Live. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in here. And to all the dads, if I haven't said it, happy Father's Day to all the dads in here. Lazy days. Welcome in. Good afternoon, everybody. Scott's coming back in here. Welcome in, Scott. You don't have ketchup in your house. My last cruise have toilets. The toilets didn't work for a day, but luckily they were fixed. Things happen. Things happen. I mean, I understand about things going wrong. That's atypical. That's not typical. That's things happen. I've had where the PA system wouldn't cut off. I mean, I've had different things that happened. I'm very shocked that the cruise line would put out rolls that got her. Yeah, no, and that was what shocked me also. I mean, that's why I did a little short on it. They almost might change the levels based on money spent. I could see that. I could, or they do something where, because it's really not fair, which is what I did when I became platinum. It was based on, I want to say it was 10 cruises, not the number of days. So it wasn't 75 days. I did 10 cruises. I became platinum this 2011, 2012, maybe. I became platinum, but I was working at the time. So I had a ton of 3-day cruises in there, 4-day cruises. I had a ton. I mean, if I had 10 cruises, 6 or 7 of them were 3 or 4-day cruises. But it made me platinum. But at that time, that's when they switched over to number of nights. But I got grandfathered in. So I was technically grandfathered in. I was grandfathered into platinum, even though it's 75 days. Let's say I only had 50 days or 60 days, whatever. I didn't have 75 days. So was it fair? Was it fair for me to have the same level as somebody who did 7 to 8 day cruises, and they had 100 days, 10 cruises, but they had 100 days, and I had the same. So I can see how that isn't fair. You know, I took advantage of it, but I can see how it's not fair. Royal, if I'm a solo cruiser, so if I book a solo cabin, I get double the points. And I think suites get double points. So I can see maybe Carnival doing something like that, where maybe you keep it at the nights. You raise the nights up, but for solo cruisers who are spending like twice as much to pay for that cruise, or the suite guests are spending more money, they get additional points to the grand status of whatever level they're going to create. I see them creating like a level past diamond. I don't think diamond would be the final step anymore. They could, I guess they could add one in between platinum and diamond. I definitely think, I sorry for people who are platinum now. I think they take away your priority, whatever. I think they take away your laundry. They may, maybe offer a slight discount on a cruise, for some of the higher end status from platinum on up. I think they might, give you a bonus. I think MSC does that. I don't know if Royal does that, but I could see that. Diamond, Diamond, they need to do something. Diamond right now, they give me, and we're going to go 5 days and more for cruises. They give me like a in-room chocolate delight. You might be able to get strawberries or something like that. They give you bottled water, but that comes with like gold and above. Might be red and above. They give you a diamond brunch, which is a nice brunch with free drinks. And then they give you a diamond platinum party where they had the free drinks also. Unlimited laundry, but as I told you before, the unlimited laundry, they could cut that down to a certain. I don't need unlimited laundry on most cruises. I don't need it. It got sent on 29-day cruise. I have a 14-day cruise coming on. So unlimited laundry, that means I can pack less. What I would like to see them do is go to. It's two things I'd like to see from Carnival for diamonds, and if goes above diamond and above. Two things: free drinks. Oh, I'm sorry, and I get one free drink one free drink as far as diamond. I think platinum too. Maybe it might be gold too. But I get one free drink. It used to be as crazy as I had to use that one free drink at the C-Day brunch. Now they let me use it at any time. I get a certificate. I mean, it's on my card, but it can. Will, I talked about you earlier. I was hoping you didn't show up. I was hoping you didn't show up. You just brought back yesterday, and I mean, your team got me. I mean, you destroyed my championship aspiration yesterday, and you destroyed my Lions in the NFL. Will, I did not want to see you today. Happy Father's Day, Will. Glad you made it in. I'm just joking. I can be a good loser, and you DC is killing me. So anyway, the free drinks. I would like to see, maybe a couple of free drinks a day for diamond and above. Maybe even more if they create another level, maybe more than that. But like at least a couple of free drinks. The alcohol, as the amount of alcohol they buy, it's not going to be that expensive for them. But I would like to see something like that, something that I can use, and also for diamond, a heavily discounted internet package. If you spent 200 nights on Carnival, if you spent 300 nights on Carnival, a couple of drinks a day, 7 day, 14 free drinks at whatever rate that they buy. I mean, they're not losing a ton of money. And even if you wanted to go to like the diamond brunch, okay, you can only get one free drink at the diamond brunch instead of unlimited. The diamond platinum party usually is the last day of the cruise. I don't want to drink that much before noon anyway. So, take away all the free drinks you can drink at the brunch, which is at 11 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock in afternoon. Take away the unlimited drinks, because I don't want unlimited drinks at 12 noon. So I have an hour and 15 minutes, and I don't want to drink as many drinks as I can possibly drink at that time of day. Take that away. Give me a drink or two, or give me 2 glasses of wine or something like that, and add those drinks where I can use them later on in the cruise. I prefer something. I would prefer something like that. Let's see. It skipped on me a little bit. Law Jones says, how about doing like a Chinese meal? You pick the reward that best fits you. I would like that. Let me pick. Let me pick. I'm telling you right now what I would like. I don't need unlimited drinks at the Diamond Platinum party. I don't need unlimited drinks at the Diamond brunch. Take that away and give me a few free drinks throughout the day. 2 or 3 free drinks. I can go 2, 3 for Diamond, 4, 5 for if they create something past Diamond. That's what I would go for. And Wi-Fi. I feel connected to Wi-Fi. A lot of people like to disconnect, so Wi-Fi wouldn't be for them. But yeah, have a menu where you can pick your option. I could definitely go for that. But it gets crazy. There's too many diamonds, but there's way too many platinums now, especially after coming out of the pandemic, and they were passing out free cruises. Everybody is gunning for the 75 days. Yeah, to me, you have to raise that up. And I'm sorry for people who are trying to get there, but as Pedrosa's just said, and as I've said, if everybody is priority, nobody has priority. It doesn't do me a bit of good to be diamond. Because this is going to sound like a brag. Okay, let's say I have 350 days on Carnival. I think it's unfair for me to have the same benefit as somebody with 75 days as far as boarding and all. I mean, I don't think it's fair. I mean, and the more platinum people that you have, the worse it gets. I mean, there's been cruises that I've actually got into the regular line, got through faster because there were more people in priority line than it was in the regular line. So they really have to do something about that. And if they don't want to go through this another 6, 7, 8 years, they have to make you work. They have to make you earn the priority status. And that's where I think platinum is going to suffer the brunt of the change. I think the platinum is going to suffer the brunt. And I'm hoping by my, oops, hold on. I'm falling behind in the chat again. I'm hoping I want to say I have 340 days on Carnival. I think my next cruise puts me over three. My next cruise puts me over 350. Whatever it is. So let's just say I have 350 days cruising. I can see where that's not the top. That is like the next to the top level, and they create a higher level. I'm hoping it's not crazy high. I'm hoping for 400, but I could see 500. But with that 500, you got to give me something. You got to give me something that makes it worthwhile, because between platinum and diamond right now, why would anybody shoot for diamond? Because all you're going to get is a brunch. You might get a chocolate delight with the platinum. I don't know, but if not, a chocolate, you get a brunch and you get the priority. You get all. Is it just a brunch? Oh, unlimited laundry, which nobody needs unlimited laundry on most cruises. You don't need unlimited laundry. So you're going to spend 120, you're going to shoot for 125 days to become diamond to get a free brunch? For what? You know, if you gave them free drinks, if you gave them, whoops, it jumped on me. If you, my chat jumped on me. I'm sorry. If you gave them, free drinks, if you gave them free Wi-Fi or something like that, okay, now you got something to shoot for. Because every cruise, you're saving, $50, $60, $100. You're okay. Now you're giving me something to shoot for. Royal, four free drinks a day. You got me shooting for diamond. I'm shooting for diamond on Royal. My chat jumped on me. I'm trying to go back down. Give me 1 second. I'm getting close. It will be like ski slopes. You're going to have triple black diamond. Yeah, you're going to, yes. I'm recently platinum and love the laundry perk and the line that gets services. Yeah, Scott, but the problem you have is if follow me on, you're going to see, Scott, you're going on a 14-day cruise, Barcelona to wherever on the Mardi Gras. Everybody's going to be priority, so they're not going to have a priority line. So you're not going to be able to use that. Now, will you be able to use the laundry? Yes, you'll be able to use the laundry, but it's going to take 2 days to get your laundry back, because every diamond and every platinum is using the laundry now, and there's so many of them that it overwhelms them. So you're about to see why they need to do what they're doing. Don't take away the laundry. Could care less about priority boarding. I mean, technically, you actually have like priority boarding, because they let you sign up 2 days in advance for diamond and platinum, so you get the earliest time anyway. I guess it's convenient because now with priority boarding, you can actually show up at the port at any time, And then when you get the water tenders, which I don't like anyway, you can get up first and be the first one off. But that's I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I wouldn't shoot for it. Factoring money spent for loyalty makes sense to me as long as they continue for returning frequent guest tiers too. Yes, there has to be like a fine balance there. I don't know how that would work, but a fine balance with if you spend money, well, you get some extra points. If you a frequent cruiser, you get extra points. So yeah, I understand that. Will, okay, then I'm back. I'm back down to where I was about to be because Will had said something. Truth be told, Bill, that was the first time I watched the Defenders play this season. Really? I was pleasantly surprised at how well they played. We beat you earlier in the season. We could not stop you. I mean, our defensive back, I don't know what his name is, 21. He was toasted so many times it wasn't even funny. But with the rules, we stayed in the game to the very end, even though we were down 30 points. But because of the rules, we stayed in the game to the very end. I want a chocolate shake from Java Blue. Well, if they gave you free drinks, you could use one of those for that. So glad right now that I'm a diamond on Royal instead of Carnival. Yes, I'm glad to be diamond on Carnival, but I feel like the perks are better on Royal. I just feel like the perks are better. Will says, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I'd rather get specialty instead of drinks on Carnival. Doesn't RCL have a small drink plan, like 3 or 4 drinks a day? I don't know. I haven't seen that plan. I think that would be a great plan. Me personally, offer me like a deal on 4 drinks a day. I would buy a drink plan every time. Now I don't. No, I don't think about it. 4 drinks for Diamond, 5 for Diamond Plus. So it is a major bummer now if you can go to a cruise line where you don't have status. I don't. Well, I do have. There's really no benefit to the status. I think it's like a 5% discount, but MSC, I don't mind not having status on like MSC or Norwegian. I don't mind not having status because really the only thing I'm missing is a specialty brunch and the unlimited laundry. And if most of the cruises I'm doing, I'm 7-day cruise, I don't need it. So I'm not. But now with the 4 drinks, if you gave me like some free Wi-Fi or a deep discount on internet, now you're speaking my language. Now we're talking. Now I'm missing out. Now I want to try. I gather y'all are talking about what we've been talking about. I've been on for 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 30 some odd minutes. Well, I've been talking about a little bit of everything. It started off how to save money on YouTube stuff, like $40 a month for StreamYard is getting to be too much. But that, I mean, we've been talking about a lot of different things. These are just some of the things that popped in my head recently that I may make shows out of these later on. I need to make videos out of them because that's what. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. Yes, well, that's all I want. I don't want to see another. I don't want to see another video as far as what you believe is going to happen, even though we're talking about that here. And apparently a lot of people want to talk about it. So maybe I'm missing a boat here, but I there's certain things that I want to see happen. I mean, you on Royal, don't you have like a diamond lounge on Royal? I mean, there's so many things that Carnival needs to do. And for me personally, sorry for the platinum people, but if you have 75 days and I have 350 days, we shouldn't be going to the same parties. You know, I mean, we can meet up at one, but we really shouldn't be going to the same parties. And that's what we're doing now. And it's like, we get the same thing. We get the 1 free drink. I get unlimited laundry. Oh, I get a brunch. That's it. And I feel like at my level, I should get more, which is really coming off as being real cocky. But I mean, that's just the way it is. If you go to Royal, they're giving you, I mean, four free drinks a day. I don't know about if they give you off on Wi-Fi. Hold on, did I miss something with Emily? Oh, okay. Mona, hey, welcome in on Facebook side. I'm no, I'm behind the chat. I'm trying to catch up. Honestly, I would be pleased with them making the $5 chat feature on the app free for Platinum and Diamond members. I very rarely use it, but yes, something like that. And I understand that you pay different prices for different things. How much could the internet cost? How much in the amount, the bulk liquor that they buy, how much could 3 or 4 drinks actually cost the cruise line? So I'm not trying to have them break the bank here. But something that shows, your appreciation. The $5 chat for Platinum and Diamond. I'm telling you, no, you can't do Platinum anymore. Platinum is the new gold. Platinum, well, we'll see. Platinum is the new gold. You're going to start seeing the benefits past Platinum. There's too many Platinum members now. There's just too many of them, and it's too tough. Royal may run into that problem. Not into the too distant future, as far as passing out free drinks. But I don't know how much it costs. Maybe it doesn't cost them anything. Maybe they don't mind giving up the 4 free drinks for Diamond. But Diamond on Royal is only like 80 days. NCL has them, more at sea. I like the things being included in the fare. Drinks are free, and you get 2 specialty dining, depending on the length of the cruise. I can get more than 1 drink at a time. I haven't cruised enough with NCL. I know MSC says something like that with free drinks and free drinks and like a free Wi-Fi, but the free ones that they're giving out is like the well drinks, like $10 drinks below $10, and then the Wi-Fi is a browse only, and you can't stream. And I like to stream, so yeah, they could do a little bit better than that. But I'm only gold on MSC, so we'll see what happens when I get to Diamond on MSC. Lazy Day, they should definitely add more free drinks to the higher tiers. I have just over 100, so if they change the number of days, then sadly I'll probably be pushed back down to gold. I don't think you'll be pushed back down. I don't think there'll be that would be a revolt if people got pushed down. But what I think they're going to do is take away things from Platinum and keep the status, so you can still say you're Platinum. I think they're gonna change the number of days, and I think the number of days to become Diamond is going to be higher. And then I think after Diamond, they're going to create another tier. You have to pay for NCL drink package. It is costly. I agree, Bill, with you, Bill. I was miffed with our friends were at the same level as us with fewer cruises because of a couple of promotions they caught. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Don't get me wrong, because I was grandfathered in. I understand, and to Platinum, but I understand how it wasn't fair. I'm legit about that, as far as people booking these 7-day cruises, getting suites, and I'm booking 3-day cruises, and because it was the number of cruises that you had, 10 to become Platinum, we were the same level. And I'm the priority line. Excuse me, I'm next. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. Free or discounted Wi-Fi would be a perk. Yes, I mean, Wi-Fi can't cost that much. It can't cost that much to give to people, or offer a deep discount for. And I'm gonna go. Sorry, Platinum. I'm going diamond and above. If diamond, you want to do a discount, and I'm going to say diamond plus because I don't know anything past that. But if they create another level at diamond plus, and you want to give that to them for free, but you have to have 400 days, 500 days on Carnival, I'm okay with that. If they have that many days, because right now there was a guy on a cruise I was on, and he had 800 days of cruising. I have 350. We got the same benefits. He deserves more. He deserves more. Whether it be discounted cruises, whether the free Wi-Fi, he deserves more. Nettie, we've done 14 cruises to date on NCL. Yeah, and if I got a couple of like cruises on there, and me and you got the same level, you just wouldn't be that happy. Is the More at Sea a paid service differently from the regular loyalty? You make me laugh if you make me laugh. If they can't afford to leave a couple of mints on the pillow each night, how could they ever afford free drinks? They can afford it. They choose not to. They choose not to, Randy. They could afford it. A lot of things have changed as far as even like with the room stewards, doing the service twice a day and things like that. Was it MSC? I think they still did it twice a day, at least a turn down service, because they would make my room up. I would come back and sure enough, my bed has been remade and turned down. It's like, I appreciate it. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Emily says, Boston beat the Yankees. NCL's internet is $30 a day. Yes, the internet is getting out of hand. It used to be free at sea, but now it will be included. It will include top shelf, if I'm not mistaken. But all you pay is the gratuities for the number of days on the ship. But it has to be factored into the price of the cruise somehow. I would think because if that was the case, everybody would have it. So it has to be factored in somehow. But I haven't looked at NCL enough to know enough about it. I get me and Emily, nothing is really free at sea. Yes. Nelly, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Celebrity is 2 times a day on housekeeping. I want to say MSC is the same way. They have like a turn down service. I usually tell my room steward just one time a day, and even then sometimes it's like don't even worry about it. Especially if I got a late start to the day, don't worry about it. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm positive. So let me see what's going on here. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Okay, good people. I appreciate you spending your afternoon with me. But let's do a give me a second so I can get their channel. Let's go to Fats and Tree. Let's give them a strong raid. Oops. People like to use a hashtag strong raid. Strong raid to Fats and Tree. I'm copying and pasting. Okay, I just dropped it in there real quick. Nettie, it says, and you get 150 free minute internet. I believe it's factored in, but it's preferred to see the drink package is $1,700 extra. This works for me. I'm going to look at that because you're not the first person to say that. You're not the first person to say that, so I'm going to definitely check on that. Emily, I'm going to do that probably sometime this week, hopefully. So let's all go raid Fats and Tree. Don't forget to say hashtag strong raid, and I will see you over there. I still haven't had breakfast yet, guys. So I'm gonna go over here and try to have breakfast. So let's make sure we go over there and raid them and say hi real quick and hit the like button for them. I'm sure they would appreciate it. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. I'm trying to do my outro. Okay, hold on. Outro. There we go.